taking notes with the for this course. The key is to use the syllabus and the videos at the same time. But you have to understand how your syllabus is used. So the first thing you would do is when you go to your syllabus, and you're starting to study a section, you have to find the title. So this would be your title, and you would write about it. So let's go 6.2.3. There's your title. And then inside your notebook, you would write your title. And let's say, for example, you are going to do this part. You would then, that's what we're covering in the notes or in the lesson. You would go back to your notebook. Boom. So you write it out. Describe the uses and the dangers of overuse of nitrogen fertilizers. So all that's done before you even hit play on the video lesson. Now while you're watching the video lesson, you then start to take some notes. So you watch the video and you take your notes. And you would need to do this. I don't have much space to write with, right? But you would be doing this over and over and over for each section. So when you go to your syllabus and you're moving down, that worked great. And you're moving down, you would keep going. So that's how you should be taking the notes, and you would go in sequential order. So you would start with your mineral requirement. Well, you would start with number 1, right? But just for this exemplar. So you would go through your mineral requirements, and then you would go down and you would go video by video, taking down exactly what the syllabus says, and then underneath it, putting in the information that coincides with what you wrote. Okay? And you keep going and going and going. What you should end up with is you'll probably have about 9 notebooks filled with the syllabus information or the syllabus points underlined, and then a bunch of information underneath that helps you helps you fulfill that syllabus objective. A lot of teachers like to write objectives on the board. There's no real need to write objectives when you have the syllabus, because each point is an objective, more or less. Sometimes they have to be broken down, but for the most part, each point is an objective. So, students, if you're watching this, you should have a notebook that looks like this over and over. If you have to have diagrams, good point. If we're gonna do diagrams, so let me set it up. So I found a point that will use a diagram. If you're gonna do diagrams, so let's study bile and the emulsification of fats, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so when you are using diagrams, a big problem I get in S1, S2, S3, and S4 is you guys draw your diagrams very tiny. Diagrams need to be at least half a page. It doesn't matter if you're just drawing a smiley face. Diagrams need to be big so that you have space to label. Okay? So outline the role of bile and emulsifying fats once you sketch your diagram. Boom. So once you sketch your diagram, it should be large, giving you lots of space to label and to annotate. So the emulsification of fats, what happens is you have your large large blob of fat. When the bile attaches or gets near the fat, it breaks it into smaller little blobs. Small blobs have a large surface area for digestion by the lipase enzymes. And this whole process is called emulsification. If you had some teeny tiny diagram jammed into the corner, you wouldn't be able to get all that information in. So make your diagrams big. The trees are already dead. They're already made into the books, so let's use the books. So for parents, when you're looking through your students' notes, if the diagrams are too small, make them do them again and staple them in. Students, just do it right the first time. Okay, so that's the process of note taking. With this course, you have to use your syllabus. You have to go step by step, because now when you go to study, you can go back through. What I like to do when I'm using my syllabus and my notes, when I put it in my book the first time, I give it a tick. When I've studied it once, I give it another tick. When I've studied it a third time, I give it a third tick, and I cross it out. So by the time the exam comes, I know what I'm looking for to study. I know what, if there's no tick at all, then I have no notes on it, and I need to make some notes, etc. So use this. I should be able to, in September when you come to see me, look through your syllabus and see what you have trouble with. Because stuff that has 5 or 6 ticks but no cross through means you still don't know it. Stuff that has no ticks means that I need to go through it with you or something like that. So use the syllabus. Part 2, make sure your your diagrams are large. Large diagrams stick in your head better, and you can actually draw things correctly when it's bigger. Alright guys?